Good evening, everybody. Before I get started, I just need to ask Tony to hold on to this. Yesterday at the rehearsal dinner, Tony invited everybody to wear a jersey. But my wife didn't tell me it had to be a Steeler jersey, so I wore my Dallas Cowboy jersey. Well, I got in a lot of... See? I got in a lot of trouble. But I'm not going to get in trouble tonight, so... That's better. That's better. You know, like in the Cowboy fandom, I could get in trouble, but you know, that's for my man here, so I'll wear a Steeler jersey. I made two, one for each of them. I came prepared. I put both their names on it too. Before I start talking about my good friend Tony, these two are two of the nicest people you ever meet, and I just want to recognize their parents, Les Evans and Paula Evans, and Elsa and Tony Soares. They did a great job raising these two. They're two of the really best people you'll ever meet. So congratulations on this special occasion. Congratulations. Now, Mr. Soares, yesterday you told everybody that when I first met you, I couldn't stand you. I met Tony 24 years ago at Pace University. I was a freshman, he was a sophomore. And I think that was a little strong, that I couldn't stand him. When I got to Pace, the path in my life that had led me there, I was conservative, I was a bit of a loner, I'd moved around a lot, I went to a lot of different schools, I was sort of the stay in the background guy. And when I walked out onto the 5th floor in the dormitory where I was going to live, it was an Animal House, but it was pretty close. And during orientation, during that whole day across the whole campus, wherever there was a commotion, there was one person in the middle of the commotion. And if you had told me then that he was going to be my best man someday and the godfather to my daughter, and I would be his best man, you're crazy. This guy's off his rocker, you know? I mean, he was a good guy. He wasn't getting in trouble. Well, mostly. But he just wasn't my style. I was sort of staying in the background. He was in the spotlight. And it's not like he sought out the spotlight. I think the spotlight just found him. But we found a common interest. We were both intramural softball players, mediocre softball players, worse basketball players. But we found common ground and became friends. And I learned more about Steelers draft picks and history than I ever thought I would. And I appreciated it. I also learned a lot about international soccer and being Portuguese. So there's a lot of stories in 24 years with Tony. There's a lot of stories in a week with Tony. And I thought instead of telling, numerous stories, although Bob just told me I should say a lot of mean things and get him in trouble, but I'm not gonna.
Don't do it, Bob.
Since I'm in here, I'm wearing a sports jersey. I was a sports writer for a while. I'm going to use a sports analogy to describe Tony. There are a lot of great athletes that play team sports. And a lot of them have good seasons or good careers. They fade into the history books. And then you have sort of the elite athletes that transcend their time and their sport. Doesn't matter if they play on a field or a court or in the Olympics or Europe or the United States. You just know them when you hear their name. And they have one common attribute that is used to describe them no matter what article is written or no matter who's talking about them. And that is, they made the players around them better. Just their appearance on the court or field raised the level of everyone around them. And I really feel that way about Tony's friendship. I feel like the people that he's around, he helps them be better people because of his positive outlook, his really overwhelmingly happy personality. He's always got a smile. He's always making other people smile. And, yesterday he said a lot of nice things about me, and he pointed out a lot of attributes of mine that he perceived to be, that he looked up to. And one of them that he didn't say, and I think this is why our friendship is so important, is he didn't mention happy. And when I first met him, I was not a happy person. I was looking back on things that had happened in my past, and I was holding on to grudges. And I didn't enjoy life that much, and I was sort of in the background at school. And when, hanging around Tony and being around him made me realize I have to enjoy every moment and just really enjoy life and let go of that stuff. And I'm not outgoing like him, or standing in front of all you now is terrifying, really, for me. But for him, it would be a piece of cake. It would be a piece of cake. So I didn't completely become like him. He never did get me on a stage in the Preston Theater like at Pace like he thought he was going to. Well, he did once, but not in a play. So I just wanted to mention that. And one quick story that has nothing to do with Pace so much, but Tony and I were on a road trip once, and the phone kept ringing. And usually when this phone's ringing, it's Pace. It's somebody at work, So and he answers the phone on vacation. He answered the phone today. They called him today, if you believe it.
Oh, really?
And he answered the phone. Oh, did I get him in? I got him in trouble, Bob. Bob, I got him in trouble. They call him, and he's so dedicated, he answers. So, but I knew this wasn't work, because he doesn't usually make smoochy noises on the phone for work. So he finally told me about Cheryl, and he said he was dating someone, and he told me, she was in New York City, and she was a singer, and she was a Steeler fan, and from Pittsburgh. And I thought, makes sense. Now he's got his Sunday set up from September to the Super Bowl. He's not going to get dragged off to a craft fair or something. He knows he'll be watching all his Steeler games. And that was pretty much all he told. He doesn't really talk about his personal life much. That's all he really did tell me. I mean, I knew more about Yancey Thigpen than Cheryl at that point. But I could tell he was happy. And that was sort of what I was waiting for. We were good friends for a long time, and I always wondered when he would find someone that made him as happy as he made other people. And, from what I can tell when he was talking about Cheryl, it was true. And then when Cheryl finally came over to our house and we met her, we knew instantly that they were just a great couple. I mean, she is so much like him in so many ways, with a good heart, and just she lights up a room and makes everybody smile when she's around. So I just wanted to say that I'm really happy for these two. I'm honored to be here, to be able to speak to you. I'm honored to be his best man. I would do anything for this guy. I know he would do anything for his friends as well. So I'm going to now pass it over to Craig, who's going to do a toast.